face-off coming up here between Nova and Prime. Nova now playing for his new team on Shakuris, and he will pass it back to Vapor. Now Vapor looking to create a little space, cutting inward. Prime on his tail, gives it back to Nova. And now Nova's going to play this safely, go back and forth, up for Vapor, and that does not get by. Prime's going to boost bottom. Not much of an angle for a shot. TK no problem with the save there. And he will move it out. Now over to Nova. Nova is going to push this off the top side. It gets kicked out by Ling. And the pass to the bottom side. Cut inside is not going to get there. And a slow little pass across is going to be corralled by Fancy Pants. Vapor on the defense picking this up. And TK walks it forward. Straight up the middle. Bulb gets it away. He's in close. And that does not even get to the net. Nice defensive work there. As Nova is going to have to recover this one. I think that the wrong thing by putting attendance lock on regular season instead of postseason. It should be the other way around. It's an interesting concept, not one I necessarily agree with. TK is going to pick this one up. And he will make a short little pass to Nova, who did not receive that. Now for Bulb, who's trying to one-time it, maybe catch Fancy Pants off guard, but the defense does block it. Ling can't get this. Surprisingly, I actually thought he would have. I think attendance lock should carry into the playoffs. Also an interesting concept. Fancy is going to kick that one aside. Stop making new rules. Oh boy. Now the one-timer by Swift does not get any footing whatsoever. As a 2-on-1 developing here, Prime, no passing lane as it is shut down by Nova. Long pass across. Now Vapor heading inward, taking a short little shot. Very slow. Fancy, no problems with that. Straight up the middle for Ling. Nova gets back. And Ling passing over to Prime. Tries to get back to Ling. But Vapor is going to clean it up. He will boost forward. He's not that far separated from the defense. Prime still hot on his tail the whole way. As Ling passes this back. Swift now picking it up for Prime. Prime to Ling. Now cut away by Bulb. And a pass into traffic. Gets it back on a gift. We all know that feeling real well, where you click it away, but then one time too many, it pushes forward and somebody takes it away. So Swift getting the assist on that one, but Vapor does open up the scoring. Swift now careful again, but does get it up to Ling this time on a breakaway, in close, and beats TK on the bottom side. So Swift with a nice play does even it back out. 1-1 is the score. I have the cleanest whistle NA. Prime and Ling fighting for this puck. Prime gets it back over to Ling. In close! And the shot is stopped by Bulb. As Bulb boosts forward. Does not get through Swift. And Swift recovers. Cutting backwards, bottom side, over for Prime. He can't collect it. Ling also overskates it. And that'll be the end of that offensive rush for New Gettysburg as Shakuris picks it up. Marches that up the field, but then immediately gets stopped. Prime now has Ling. He's in close. TK with the shield, and Bulb does clean it up. Turn it down a notch, you fucking white trash. Oh my goodness gracious. You know, we don't need that kind of BM, that kind of language. That's a little much. Rush wants to be unbanned. Bulb in close, hitting the post. And Rush is unbanned from this room. Tie game so far. Sure wish I had a co-caster to, you know, fill this dead time. Identical shots coming from both sides. Mirror images, basically. Both short plays up in front, kind of back and forth. Got the goalie to bite and then put him in. But right now, Vapor does hold the crown just barely at 37 points. Nova and Ling, 28-26. 15 pickups is pretty good for a period. 8 passes out by Nova. Good to see him on the new back end there. Put it in a good effort here for Shakuris. Tom Brady League. Die, felons. Die, die, die. Man, you guys sure don't like felons. Second period about to begin here in what is a fairly close game. Nice strip by Bulb. He gets through Swift. He's in close. Makes one move. Fancy stands tall. And what a save that was. Now linking. Opposite direction. Looking to cross in front. Cutting backwards. And TK stays with him for a nice save. Bulbasaur cutting. Back towards the net. Takes a shot right into traffic. Not sure why he tried that. But Nova will pick it up once again. Good riddance. Prime is going to have this, but Nova kicks it back for his goalie. Town Crier moves this up to Nova. Bottom side to Vapor. Stripped by Prime. Over to Ling. Ling boosting. Doesn't have a shot yet. As it is stripped, TK is going to pick it up and outlet it himself. What he's known to do, the shot by Vapor, not on a good angle, is going to get stopped by Fancy. Didn't even need to use his shield there. Bulb trying to predict the pass in front. Instead, Swift misses it. Unfortunate, they had a 3-on-2 that was about to develop, with Swift having really a completely open shot, with each defender covering a man rather than the shot. Prime picks this up. Starts walking his way towards the net. Can't get it to Ling's stick. And Nova is going to clear it out. Praise be unto LMs for vetoing trade deadline league. Bulb passing across does not get to Vapor, and Ling is going to pick this up. Prime boosting towards the net. Ling cutting inwards, getting challenged by Vapor on the defense, and Swift now activating from the point. Has an opportunity. He passes it across, and it goes into traffic. As Vapor now sorting this out. Slow pass over for Nova. He boosts to grab it. And now the bounce on the outside. Bulb trying to work his way inside. Can't get past Swift. As Swift now making a move. Not getting through Nova. And Nova picks it up once again. TK picking it up from his crease. Long outlet once again. What he's known to do. And Swift passing over for Ling. This will get moved forward. 2-on-1. Once again, developing. Nova puts pressure on the passer and does a good job of it. As that does get cleared out. Long pass across. Vapor gets through Swift. He's in close. Back and forth. Takes a shot in the mid-bola. And Fancy does make the save. Make sure you send Nova your compliments after the game. Bulb and Ling in a little click battle there. Gets passed up to Vapor. Pass over to Nova. He's going to activate from the point. And a brief defensive lapse there. But it does not end up too scary. Watermelon condition is a quality thread. And the pass to Ling. He's got just a little bit of space to work with. As the defense finally does come back. Make a block there. Vapor's going to pick it up. And he'll move this forward. Vapor taking his time, trying to set up Bulb, but Swift is there. SpongeBob League. When does ZH die? It's a good question. Prime trying to pass it off the bounce. Teroh, don't forget to shout out Swift's #1 fantasy defender camp. Registration closes Friday. Oh my god, sign up now, nerds. Let TK evac like the trash lord he is. Oh, goodness. If there's going to be one thing I miss, it's the Twitch chat. By far. 90% for Town Crier. No surprise there. One of the top goaltenders of the league. Nova making a huge impact as a new player here. Picked up from a trade. And he is attendance locked. I believe only 3-4 games left he can actually play on the season. 88% for Fancy Pants. Of course, can't discount him whatsoever. Kind of a goalie battle so far. It is a 1-1 game, but you got to say that the pressure was most definitely in Shakuris' favor in that one. Let's see if the momentum will continue in that direction. Couple defensive lapses by Shakuris at the end of it. Nothing terribly concerning, but just a little bit of miscommunication. Maybe Nova jumping up when he thought it was a good time, but Vapor not quite, rotating backwards. Some things to watch out for. See if they clean up their act here in the third period, as I'm going to go ahead and put my money down, say next goal is going to win this game. Maybe not necessarily be the game-winning goal, but I think that it'll be the team that wins it, gets the next goal. Swift now walking in, trying to pass across to Prime. And this does bounce off the top, then net. Nova takes it away. And they'll pass it back. TK coming out of his net. Challenging! Getting beaten! And a good defensive play there. Saves him completely. As Shakuris needs to slow down their game now just a second and think about what just happened. Bulb in close. Almost put in by Ling. But a good reaction by Fancy to keep this one tied. Swift now top side to Ling. Ling passing back to Swift. Swift playing very conservatively. No need to pressure this hard in a 1-1 game. And this gets taken away. Ling making a couple moves. Defense, all three of them get back in time. Still making moves! And Nova finally clears it out. Gorilla says psych and puts himself number 5 in owner spot, SMH. Alright, I don't follow that conversation. Vapor trying to pass to Bulb. It was a good attempt, but not quite on the stick. Bulb was going to start to walk his way in front. Had Vapor, who didn't point his stick towards the net. He was making a couple twirls. And that won't do it. Nice little bait on the boost. Vapor's trying to get through, but he can't get it by Ling. As Prime, challenged by Nova. Over to Ling. He gets it off a re-steal. Vapor puts it just wide. And a butthole clenching moment there for Shakuris. As we have 2 minutes remaining here in the third. Ling in close. Making some moves. Trying to get by. He beats TK on the top side. And just devastating mistakes here. As New Gettysburg does take the lead. I'm a tuna away from being number 2 overall material. Shakuris got some work here to do. They have plenty of time. 1 goal with 2 minutes essentially remaining is very possible, but with the play of this third period, kind of embarrassing for what is arguably one of the top, if not the top team in the league. Shakuris and I believe Marsara having excellent seasons so far. Swift now is going to start to walk this one forward. Nova does challenge that. TK will pick it up. And this will go to Nova. Nova long, slow pass. Bulb can't get it away from Swift. And Prime will pick it up. Give it up for Ling. Trying to pass to himself. Maybe get a fancy move. Beats TK on the bottom side. And you got to start to think that might be the dagger here. As Shakuris really started this game off strong. Thought they had things going. Why Teroh casting? What? Help TK out, please. Why are people being BM? You know, that's not necessary. As Ling is going to pick it up in the corner, stripped by Vapor. He passes to Nova. Nova cuts away, kind of stopping the momentum of the attack. Nice pass, though. It gets cut off. And now Ling will pick this up. Gotta love when you foul on Tenants League and still lose. Summer Ling can't get it away. Nova on some sketchy plays here. 23 seconds remaining. Vapor's got to get a goal here. He doesn't, as Fancy makes the save. And Vapor with another chance here. But it does get taken away. Pass over to Bulb is not received. Swift is going to throw it backwards. And that's going to do it for this game as he passes up for a Ling. Nova with one last attempt. And that'll do it. Summer 6 Ling. Summer 6 Ling. Summer Ling. Summer's Ling. Summer Sex Ling. Summer Symptoms Ling. Whatever. I don't care enough. -9 in typical Ling King fashion, however. Still the god of finishing. 3 goals off of setups from Swift, Prime, and himself. Meanwhile, 36 pickups. Really just putting things together there in the third period, capitalizing on every one of Shakuris' mistakes. And New Gettysburg does a good job despite the wonderful defense by Nova. Kind of cracked there in that third period. As we take a look at the shot map, a lot of things in front, not tight defensive coverage. But of course, when you're playing with Ling, you kind of expect him to get into those high traffic areas. Bulb 26 points is a very good thing to notice. Not exactly showing up, not passing, not getting shots, not getting goals. -5, I mean, very little you can say about that on a positive light. CSV. Control C. All right. So that'll be game 1. And we'll move on to Pro League here pretty shortly.